I ain't got no proof, but I know she took you, Pencil. She borrowed you, and she didn't got no permission. Hello? I didn't see you there. That's better. Welcome to my apartment. As you can see, it's quite a comfortable abode. Here's a lovely fireplace. The mannequin running man. It's pretty cool. And there's this lovely view of the snow outside the window. Stand here at the window with me. There's much more to the apartment, of course. There's a bookshelf with a TV. There's a dining room, coat rack, postcards on the wall, a tall lamp, another tall lamp with multiple squiggly heads. There's that view of the snow again. Never gets old. Here's another bookshelf, a stop sign. It's not mine. And more. We could, of course, spend all day taking this tour, but the point is, it's a nice apartment. It makes me happy. I'm lucky to have it. It shows the hard work that I have done in my life and that my family has done to help me out. Yes, I couldn't have this apartment without the help of my loving family. Both in direct support, which is completely without ability to be repaid, and in teaching me the ways of life that have made me who I am today. One person who I'd like to thank, especially on this day, is Corbett John Lee, or otherwise known as Papa. You see, Papa has taught me many a sea story in my lifetime, most of which have stuck with me in complete detail, including the timbre of his voice, as he hilariously retells them. And some of these sea stories have been fun and entertaining, and some of them have actually molded some of who I am. One sea story which I'd like to relate to you is the sea story of Papa joining the Navy. You see, Papa was raised on a farm in upstate New York, not the city, upstate. He worked very, very hard, tending to all the animals, tending to the farm, helping his family, and still going to school and doing homework, occasionally repairing mechanical pencils, but that, in the end, helped him as well. So when he joined the Navy, one of the first tasks he talks about being given as a new sailor was to walk the runway and clean it of any tiny debris, no matter how insignificant seeming, so that the planes would not be endangered. I say walk the runway. Papa was charged with walking the runway along with many of his fellow young sailors. Each of them was assigned a square of cement. I imagine it in my own head, it could be different, to be about the size of this room. Not very large, maybe 10 feet by 12 or so. To walk a square of cement of that size and clean it of all debris. Now, this task, to someone who, as a young girl, was charged with her brothers to pick up sticks in the backyard and complained occasionally of a whole backyard, this task seems reasonable. But Papa's fellow sailors complained of the back-breaking labor of bending down every time they saw a small thing, walking this every day, how boring it was, and how tiresome. And Papa, in his head at the time, thought, this is all I have to do? Walk a little square thing and pick up some... This is it? This is the good life. And his retelling of that comparison of the emotions and complaints of his fellow sailors and his appreciation and gratitude toward the hard work of his childhood, which had calibrated him to expect that kind of level of hard work all the time and then to be grateful at what he had, has stuck with me, and I think of it sometimes when I'm charged with a seemingly menial and frustrating task like mopping the floor night after night, closing the cafe, wiping down a brew bar, etc. And then I remember I could have it a lot worse. I could be cleaning gutters, I could be tilling an entire farm. I could not have a nice, comfortable place to come home to at the end of the night after such difficult work. So I thank Papa. Papa, I thank you for telling me those sea stories, including that one, and for shaping the things that I think about and the ways that I think about working hard, hacking, because it'll never be forgotten. Happy birthday. I hope you don't have snow right there in Florida, but it sure is pretty here. Love you. Happy birthday.